Binge the full week of The Ray Taylor Show ad-free over at inspireddisorder.com/plus.
What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
This is my top 5 teas. Been getting into tea recently. I've really enjoyed getting into tea. There's an abundance of versatility with tea. It is a great tool that I use to help regulate my mental health. If I'm feeling stressed out, if I'm feeling tired, if I'm feeling just unwell in any way, stuffy, congested, tired, stomach ache, whatever it is, aches and pains, there are aspects of different teas that help to alleviate some of those things. And I've enjoyed it. So I'm going over my top 5 teas that I enjoy to drink and do so regularly. Starting off with my number 5 favorite tea is Valerian Root Tea. This is a tea that I could put at number 1 because it's a tea that I use when I brew tea. I in my teapot I have a diffuser that I can brew 3 to 4 cups of tea at a time. So what I like to do is use Valerian Root Tea as one of the 3 to 4 tea bags, depending on how much I want, how much of the valerian root effect I want, because valerian root helps me quite a bit for panic attacks, stress relief, relaxation before going to bed. I've taken valerian root in supplement form, in like pill supplement form. It works really well that way, but I enjoy it in tea form. Definitely is one of the best ways for me to go to sleep. If I absolutely need to go to sleep, I will brew valerian root tea, do like 3 cups of valerian root tea, and by the time I finish all 3 cups, I am going to sleep amazing, and I'm not going to wake up super groggy or tired like melatonin makes me. I'm not going to wake up hungover like alcohol makes me. But yeah, it is kind of the best relaxation thing, and getting it on its own makes it easy to add it to other things if I want to kind of have that effect along with whatever it is else I'm drinking in the tea. So that's my number 5 is Valerian Root Tea. My number 4 favorite tea it's tea, but doesn't come in a tea bag. I make it a little different. But it's a great tea, lemon ginger tea. If I'm having an upset stomach in any way, or it's just a delicious tea, lemon and ginger, how I make it, I have a lemon. I get a lemon, and then I get about a thumb, like 1 knuckle of thumb of ginger, fresh ginger, and I thinly slice the lemon, I thinly slice the ginger, and I put them in the diffuser, which the diffuser looks like, like a double shot glass almost, maybe a little wider. And I fill that up with the lemon and the sliced ginger, fresh lemon, fresh ginger. And then, you boil your water, and then you steep the lemon and ginger. I believe I steep it for like 10 minutes. Then I add some stevia to it, and it's delicious. So if I'm ever having a stomach ache or just feel like something to drink midday, like I'm maybe not, I'm awake, I'm working, just want something to drink, but not necessarily towards bedtime yet, I will, because I don't eat the best necessarily. So this is great for if you have an upset stomach or whatever. It's just delicious. I keep looking at my teapot for some reason. But yeah, my number 4 favorite tea it's considered an infusion, but you can buy lemon ginger tea, which I imagine is just dried lemon and ginger that you steep. But I prefer the fresh. I have lemons and ginger in my refrigerator at all times for whenever I need to have some lemon ginger tea, and I drink it pretty regularly. And it just, I don't know, it feels like it cleans me out too. I don't know. I really enjoy it. It's really it's a refreshing drink, even though it's warm drink. So that's my number 4 favorite tea is lemon ginger tea. A little over 4 years ago, I started The Many Faces. It's an ongoing series of abstract ink portraits. Each piece is improvised. Each piece is released daily. Start collecting now. Head on over to inspireddisorder.com/TMF. That stands for The Many Faces. And save yourself 25% when you use coupon code RTS. That stands for The Ray Taylor Show, because that's what you're listening to, and I love you. So I want you to save 25% when you use that coupon code. Head on over to inspireddisorder.com/TMF and use coupon code RTS to save 25% when you start collecting one of over 1,600 original ink paintings. By myself, I made them. Support me. I love you. Back to the show. Moving on to my number 3 favorite tea is more of a brand. It is the Yogi brand. There might be other brands that have similar tea, but it is the Kava Stress Relief Tea by Yogi. It's just, as far as the stress reliever teas, as far as they go, this one, even the smell of this one is comforting and relaxing. It has a very comforting and relaxed, it's like a warm blanket smelling when I put the tea bags of the Kava Stress Relief Tea by Yogi. I put those in the boiling water, and the aromas that come and fill the room while I'm waiting for it to steep. Just the smell of it is like putting on a nice, warm, comfortable blanket. And then drinking it, it's delicious tea as well. And definitely works for stress relief. It's one where if I'm extra stressed or maybe having a panic attack, brewing something like that and then adding in a valerian root thing is pretty good as well. But on its own, it's amazing. And it's kind of the go-to for me right now. I've tried other ones and they're okay too, but this one, like the fact that the aroma of it's similar, like lavender, how lavender has that relaxing effect, which I burn lavender incense as well. But this Kava Stress Relief Tea, I love it. It's by Yogi. I'm pretty sure I've seen other brands make the same thing, but I've only done the Yogi brand. Moving on to my number 2 favorite tea, my second favorite tea that I love to drink. And this one, it's not a mood regulator in any way like the other ones are. But it is the first one to have caffeine in it. And my number 2 favorite tea is coconut and toasted almond. This is like, it's a dessert. It's made with black tea, so there is caffeine in it. But if you're a fan of coconut, like if you like Almond Joy candy bars, then you will most likely enjoy this. And it's the only tea that I would recommend putting cream in. I don't mind putting cream in my tea. In general, I've tried it. It's a nice way to add body to your tea. So it's nice if you're having, like, I don't know, there's some yummy teas that just like definitely the coconut. This is like the perfect thing to add cream to. It's going to be like a dessert. It's just like such a treat. It's such a treat. And I'm blanking on the brand right now because I ran out of it and I didn't order any of it. Coconut and toasted almond. I've found it at a lot of stores. It's available at a lot of stores, but I want to get that brand. Oh, here it is. Bigelow. The Bigelow brand specifically. Toasted coconut almond bark. That's what it is. Black tea. So it's Bigelow, toasted coconut, almond, and almond bark. Oh, it's so good. It is so delicious. I love it. The one thing that's a bummer, I would drink this more at night if it was an herbal tea and not a black tea, because I don't need caffeine. But during the day, especially once it starts cooling down, I think more and more during the winter. And, makes sense to drink hot beverages, even though I was during the summer, but it's probably going to be more of a go-to. And adding the cream, that's next level because it just makes it, it's just so good. So good. So I highly recommend checking that out. Obviously, it's my second favorite. But yeah, my number 2 favorite tea is the toasted coconut and almond bark. So good. By Bigelow. And my number 1, my favorite tea. Join Inspired Disorder Plus today. Head on over to inspireddisorder.com/plus to join. Membership includes members-only discounts and deals. You get access to the Ray Taylor Show completely ad-free, as well as bonus episodes. You get access to the complete live painting archive. You also get access to every single podcast ever produced by Inspired Disorder, hosted by Ray Taylor. You get access to Ray Taylor's personal blog, as well as the opportunity to ask me any questions. So if you want to start a podcast, you're into art, ask me anything. And so many more things are being added every day to Inspired Disorder Plus. So sign up today, become a member, head on over to inspireddisorder.com/plus and become an Inspired Disorder Plus member today. And my number 1, my favorite tea that blew my mind when I drank it. It blew my mind. It also blew up my taste buds. It's hibiscus tea. Now, I've had hibiscus added to other tea where they have like an assortment of different teas in the tea bag to kind of round out the flavors. Sure, fine. There's a like a kind of a black tea that has hibiscus and something else in it, and it tastes delicious. But just hibiscus tea on its own is such like a flavor bomb in your mouth. It was insane. It's like this. It has like a fuse to it. Like you drink it and it has a fuse. It's almost like you drink it, and then when you like breathe in air, the mixture of the hibiscus tea and air inside of your mouth makes this flavor just explode. And it is so delightful. It is like, it was like, it blew my mind. It blew my mind because I just ordered all the different kinds of tea. And I'm like, what do I like? And there's a bunch of them that I like that I could have put on this list. But yeah, hibiscus was like, blew my mind. And just that flavor bomb. And it's delicious. It's so yummy. It's like this fruity explosion. There's like this, like when you drink it, it lights the fuse, and seconds later, it explodes on the back of your tongue. And it's so good. So good. And it's why it's had to be my number 1, because it just blew my mind. And I'm sure there's plenty of other teas. There's definitely some other ones that I haven't tried, but yeah, hibiscus is my number 1 tea. Let me go through my list and I'll talk about some of the other teas that I enjoy as well. But number 5, my top 5 teas is starting with number 5 is valerian root. Number 4 is lemon ginger. Number 3 is Kava, stress relief. Number 2 is toasted coconut and almond bark. Number 1 is hibiscus. Lemongrass was a really delicious one. There's like passion flower, I think. There's seven blossoms. There's, just your standard English breakfast is okay. It's a nice way to wake up. But like, there's so many great herbal teas. There's the Sleepytime teas with valerian root. They tend to be like the extra strength ones that have the valerian root. Those are really good. If like, it's a nice combination of like usually like chamomile, maybe mint, things that help relax you. With the addition of valerian root, those are great nighttime teas to drink before bed instead of just valerian root tea. It's nice to have those. Sometimes I'll do the Sleepytime tea with valerian root and add extra valerian root to it, or I'll do the Sleepytime tea, especially this time of year because I get more kind of like allergies that affect my breathing. They have like a lot of breathe ease teas that I'll make at night or sometimes in the morning. And then actually a lot of the times in the morning, but at night I'll add some Valerian Root Tea to that when I brew it. But yeah, I love the teas. Let me know what your favorite teas are to drink, especially if they give you certain effects. They affect you in certain ways. I would definitely like to know, any teas that help you deal with stress, deal with depression, anxiety, panic attacks, explosive diarrhea. I'm just trying to think of all the ailments that pain. Valerian root's pretty good for pain reduction as well. Let me know if you have teas that work well for pain. In the comments, hit me up in the comments with whatever your top fives are, or on social media at Ray Taylor. And once again, I'll go through my top 5 teas and get out of here. My number 5 is Valerian root. Number 4, lemongrass. I'm sorry. Number 4 is lemon ginger. Number 3 is Kava, stress relief. Number 2 is toasted coconut and almond bark. And number 1, just saying toasted coconut and almond bark is like makes my mouth water. And number 1 is hibiscus. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on YouTube and everywhere our podcasts are found. Binge the full week over at inspireddisorder.com/plus. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com. And follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!